Hello and welcome back to my channel. In the previous video we had a look at a point, we had a look at what a line is, and then we had a look at how we make from two lines a surface. Today we will be looking into how we can transform from a couple of lines, from a flat to let's see, more or less 2D object into a 3D volume. One of the first ways to do this would be an extrusion. For this we would need a third dimension, and that would be the Z height. So now we've got everything on one plane here. So for that, what we need is a curve or a line, and we're going to go now vertical, and along this line we will be able to extrude these contours. So that means the way we've built this surface up, we will build the rest of the sides of this little box along that line. For that, one of the easiest ways to do that is we can take a profile. That would be the profile tool. For me it's P. If not, we can look it up in the surfaces here. And we take the edges of the surface that we've just built, and then we just extrude them. So we accept them and we extrude them along that trajectory, and we build that up. And now we have a open box, and to close it we have several methods. We can build here a bi-rail, so 2 generations and 2 rails. Then it's closed. We set it up for position on all edges, and then it's closed. Another way to do that would be to build a monorail, because everything is squared off here. So we've got 90 degrees angles everywhere. So we can just build a monorail of this edge along this one, similar to the base. And you will see it's closed volume now. All edges are closed, working nicely. The third way to do this, in this particular case, is just take the base surface, move the pivot, edge snap it to one corner, and then we copy paste that surface and we move it up to the top. Because everything is squared off in this case, it's going to be a closed volume. So check this out. And another tool to do this would be also the square tool. And we take the 4 edges we want, and that bangs in one surface. And you will see it's also closed. And another tool to do that would be the skin tool. So we drop in a skin or a loft, in the way it's called in other software. I have crown on it, so I will turn it off. And then we see it's a flat one with connected ends, and you will see that this is also closing this little box here. So now we've built a box. Another even simpler way to do this would be to use the surface is the basic surfaces that we have in Alias, and that would be using a cube. That would be primitives, the way they're called in other software. So we have here a cube, but compared to what we've just built using also the construction history, this one is, let's say, more or less fixed. It doesn't have any options to change it. You would do that only manually by adjusting CVs. So to recap, a volume, one of the primitive volumes would be an extrusion of a contour along the trajectory, And then if you close that and using the various tools I've just mentioned, monorail, bi-railed, square, also profile would do, one edge along the other one. It would work very well because it's a primitive squared off shape. So the skin tool will use that. But if you want to play around moving and scaling and all that, and that's the only thing you want to do, then primitive here from the surface options would do just fine as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in our next videos.